How you doing?
Oh my gosh, it's been too long, friend. How are
Oh
you?
my gosh. Uh, I am so well. I don't know. It's hard to be me today.
I'm so happy to hear this.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
Well, we have 7 closings the month of April. So we have 6 sales and 1 purchase.
Holy cannoli, man.
Yeah, it's a little wild. So
So, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You are on cloud nine then. What are you going to do to celebrate?
we the 7th closing, the purchase, we bought a commercial building to put our offices in. So
You bought a commercial building?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait, how big are you guys now? You're going to catch me up on everything.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. It's good, a good crazy, if you will, but it's good when you're blessed. And oh my gosh, look at that.
The
No,
life.
I can't. No, I don't want to buy your property right now. Go away.
Oh, yeah, right. Like a real estate investor, my phone just blows up. No, I don't want to buy your property, but I will call you back. How many people are you now? Like, are you still having drivers? Like, tell me about your team. What's it looking like?
Um, Pretty much the same. So I've
Okay.
got, a lot of drivers that don't do anything or very, very minimal. I've got 2 guys that have been pretty good. One guy's rock solid. In the winter here, it's kind of weird when we got a lot of snow and we're in Minnesota. For those of you that don't know where I am, I suppose you're going to show this to other people, right?
I am.
Yeah. So in Minnesota, and it's easy to see vacant properties because the walk's not shoveled. There's no footprints, like that. But you can't see anything else. You can't see a roof. You can't see, right? You can't see grass, right? It's just so it's not easy. So I don't really push my guys to drive during the winter. But I got one rock star and one guy that's steady and decent. We've got, I don't know, boatloads of property right now in there. Word of caution to my fellow folks that do what I do: never shut off your marketing. Right?
Never shut off your marketing. What happened?
No. So my W-2 job is selling advertising. And if one of my clients did what I did, I would just tell them, you're nuts. Don't ever do that. Right. So we got really busy in December. We bought 3 places, bought to fix and flip.
Were they were they residential or were they?
Yeah, all residential.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason we bought a commercial property was because I'm tired of working with this thing behind me, this virtual background, right? So that's the only reason we bought a commercial property. We're not like commercial investors. So the end of the story, right? The last time I did a live with you and David, I was in that restaurant. Remember that thing?
I do, and you helped out a couple that were there in the restaurant with you.
Yes. And well, we ended up buying 2 properties from them.
Wow.
So we had driven past a rental, all overgrown. The tenants were taking care of it. Very kind of normal, typical, right? Hunting for a tired landlord. We didn't know. I mean, we just saw a distressed property. Ended up to be a tired landlord. They called and said, yeah, we're tired of that place. They pay pretty well and they're nice people, but they just don't take care of it. And so I went and met him in the restaurant. And during the course of that conversation, I bought him dinner and we just talked. It was Perkins. It wasn't like a, Manny's Steakhouse or something here. It was just Perkins. And they wanted to move. And I said, well, where do you live? And well, we live over here in this place. And actually their house is almost famous now. So, this young guy that just got shot in Brooklyn Center.
Yeah.
Minnesota, right? Big news here, that got shot by this lady police officer. Well, the house we bought from them, flipped, and we're closing on this week, is about 6 blocks from where that kid got shot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm talking with them and they say, well, we live over here. And I said, well, how about if we buy both? And they said, well, that would be good. So we did. And then we bought another one. Another tired landlord that was not tired landlord. He was taking a job out of the country and just didn't want to have a rental property halfway around the world. He was taking his 2 young boys and his wife going to Belgium for a big time corporate job as a corporate finance guy. Really nice man. But he just didn't want it. And so we bought that, and he needed to close before the end of the year for tax purposes, because he didn't want to have it on his tax return in 2021 as an expat when he's out of the country. And so we ended up closing on that literally on December 31st.
Oh my gosh.
So we bought 3 properties. That took a bunch of our capital, of course. And we were like, well, we're just so busy now. Let's just turn that marketing off. Dumb. Right. So, whoops, I dropped my pen. Sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, here I'm back. Throwing stuff around the house here. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm so excited. I was like, Nick,
Yeah.
look to call with me. Okay, go on. So dumb.
Yeah. So now we're riding a roller coaster. We've got 6 closings, but we really haven't had many calls and stuff. By the way, so far, the only thing we do is drive for dollars.
Okay.
That's it.
I was going to ask you that.
I've never bought a list yet. I shouldn't say that. I did buy one little one. I tried another product that can remain nameless,
Appreciate you.
which I've subsequently canceled. And I, as a parting gift, I had included some leads, so I bought some. I took them. But other than that, I mean, I never prop stream, nothing. Right? We just drive for dollars. That's all we do. So we're just been on the roller coaster. So it's good, but now we're cranking it up again, and
When did you turn on your marketing then again?
doing well. Month and a half ago.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
it's like, are you guys doing cold calling too, or are you just
Yes.
doing marketing?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I do, for those of you that wonder how it works, for us, we use DealMachine out of the box. I've said this before when I was with you guys last time. Literally, the program that you guys do, I do 7 mailings, 21 days apart. So it's 6 months worth of marketing to them, essentially. I took a bunch of our original leads out and skip traced them and gave them to my cold caller. I don't like to call her a virtual assistant because she cold calls for me.
Do you just have one cold caller?
Just one right now.
Okay.
She's gone through those. Of the 6 sales this month, 4 of them were generated by her.
Wow.
Now, again, we drove for dollars. That's where that list came from.
Right.
So, on those deals, I give her a little bonus when we get deals. Even though I pay, for those of you who wonder how I pay my drivers, we pay them straight $20 an hour up here.
Okay.
So I don't owe them anything, but as I close deals, I always like to send people a little something just to say thank you, just to keep them encouraged.
Were most of those that you're closing this month, are they all from your drivers?
All.
Wow.
Except for the commercial property.
Oh, right.
We actually saw that one on the MLS, but all the residential property, all 6 of them were driving for dollars.
Wow. Gosh, you guys are, so I know you're working your W-2, but like this, how are you doing this part-time?
I have 2 full-time jobs and 1 part-time job.
Well, I knew that your son you have a dealership, right?
Yeah, we have a car lot. Yeah, so that's my part-time job. I help him. He does all the hard work. It's almost not even, I'd have to say, it's part-time means like quarter time. I take his calls. I'm helping him set up systems. We actually hired a VA for him, an accountant, if you will, just to do some data entry, because he's literally a one-man show there.
Oh
So
my gosh.
it's like a quarter time. I don't do a lot there. He does all the hard work. I'm an advisor and helper. It's my business, but he runs it. And I mean, it's more his business than mine these days. And then I have my job selling ads in the magazine and to contractors, and it's all home. It's called the home.
How do you do all of it? That's what somebody's going to ask that. Like, how are you doing this on top of everything? Is it just systems?
No, right now it's just plain hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah. Last night I signed up. I actually Worked late last night to do some training with my VA. So I mean, she's 13 hours ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
So we started our call at 10 p.m. my time, which was 11 a.m. her time. I have a prayer call in the evening, and so that when I got done, that's when I had time. So I worked from 10 to 12 last night training her p.m. The night before I was up till 3 a.m. doing stuff. So it's just it's good old, my dad would say it's good old Polak work ethic. So
Oh my gosh. Well, so when are you gonna take time for you? Like when, so are you wanting to make this like the full-time thing? Do you love your W-2s? I love my W-2, that's why I say that.
yeah, I really do. They give me a lot of flexibility. It's a commission sales job.
Okay.
So she's the owner. It's a she. She's very sweet to me. She treats me well. So I don't know. Again, you asked me this last time. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if this gets big enough, I probably will have to stop. But we are working on our systems. We are working on systematizing stuff now as well. I mean, we've got a ton of leads in there. I mean, a DealMachine total, we've added almost 16,000 leads.
Over a time span of what was that?
Well, we started in my very first day of driving was October 1st, 2019. And that was just me. I was it. And I think I showed you back in the day, I mean, between October and June of the following year of last year, we added about 1,000 properties. Then we went on this, I finally found a rock star driver. I finally found some drivers, and we went up to, we added 6,000-7,000 in the next couple months. And again, but I haven't marketed those. So right now, here's my real numbers. Are you ready?
Okay. Okay, go.
Okay. So right now we've completed just shy of 3,735 leads. We've completed the marketing on. So they've received, their 6 months worth, and they're done and gone.
Mm-hmm.
We have right now in the pipeline being marketed 2,600 leads. And we've got 9,400 leads that are pending approval, that are not being marketed to right now. They're just,
oh my gosh,
they're sitting there. 2,000 of those were done by virtual driving for dollars in Chicagoland.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question. Are you still staying in St. Paul, or if you're going?
Yeah, we're really only working in Minneapolis and St. Paul. I tested a little bit with the virtual, and I didn't like it. So I've got a bunch of leads. I hired people to do it. Both of them, I went out on Upwork, which is a place where you can hire people, right? And put out a job description for people to do this virtual driving for dollars. I got a gazillion applicants, literally. I shouldn't say a gazillion, that's a lot. Hundreds, more than 100 applicants from all around the globe. I found 2 of them that had done this before for investors. So I tried them both, and they just did okay. It's just, to me, I don't know. It was an old commercial. So I don't know if there's anybody my age. I'm going to be 60. Okay. Still working like a horse, but there was an old commercial, it was a Ma Bell. It was a telephone commercial. It's the next best thing to being there is to, call somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
It was a commercial. So virtual driving is the next best thing to being there, but to me, it's a distant next best thing.
Got it.
So I'm not opposed to it, and it's not that I wouldn't do it, but if I'm going to go to Chicago, I'm going to hire drivers and manage them remotely and have them drive.
Got it. I mean, that is always better than the virtual. That's good to know, though. Okay, so what is the plan for this 9,400 that's pending approval? Are you just like doing it in sections? Like how?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to start parsing them out. I did 1,000 last month. I did 1,200 just a week or so ago. I'll probably start to do them in bunches of about 2,000 a month is my goal.
Okay.
And then I'll be also skip tracing those and giving them to my cold caller. So we'll be mailing them and calling them and texting. She also does cold texting, SMS.
What are her hours for the week? How many hours a week does she do this?
She runs like 20-ish, basically.
20 hours a week.
So we just put her on a new schedule. We found through experience, I mean, people answer the phone at different times, right? You're calling through this list. We use a dialer. So we
Okay.
use a triple dialer, dialing 3 people at once. And so I have her doing Tuesday and Thursday evenings, meaning 6:30 to 8:30 or so,
Okay.
local our time. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Oh,
calling 8:30 a.m. till about 11:30 a.m.
nice. And it was just trial and error. You guys kind of figured that those were the sweet spots.
Yeah, just, watching, learning, listening to other folks, and, trying stuff out. Obviously, weekends for me was like a total, it's kind of weird, right? It's common sense, but it was an aha, thinking, well,
Yeah.
we work Monday through Friday, yeah, people are home on the weekend, answer their
Right.
phone, right? Saturday morning, what are they doing? Make the kids breakfast, they're going, whatever they're doing, right? So we're doing that. And so, retired folks, because, we deal with a lot of folks that are even older than me, if you can believe that.
Stop.
Yeah,
You're
right.
still my like poster child of like talking about homes that are just outdated. They're not like distressed, they're just
Yeah.
outdated. So every time I see a metal awning, I'm like,
That's Nick's place right there.
Nick would add this property. I'm gonna add this property.
Yeah, we would.
So what is April looking like then for you? Like, if you don't mind me asking, like profit wise, how much are you guys bringing in?
It's a lot. We got
You're
some
gonna pull my
just
socks off?
awesome killer deals. Just shy of a couple 100,000.
A couple 100,000?
Probably 180-ish.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I really need a bell in here.
Yeah, right. I don't know how many. I will in my new office. Here. Okay, let's play a game. Here, watch. I'm gonna show you some stuff.
Are you gonna give me a virtual tour?
Give me some screen sharing, Elise. Turn me loose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn me loose.
Advanced sharing. All participants. There you go. All participants. There. Can you do it now?
I've done it.
Oh,
So that's our commercial place we just bought. We close
that whole
on it.
building?
Yeah, we close on it at the end of the month. So it's got 2 apartments. They're kind of long. This is 3,000 square feet down here on the first floor.
Nice.
So it's a deep building. And then it's got these guys, there's no entry upstairs except from the back. It's
Okay.
like you call them a ranch or rambler where you're from.
A ranch.
Ranch, okay. Minnesota, they're ramblers. They were always ranch homes in Illinois too, but where I grew up. So it's like a walkout ranch, right?
Okay.
So in the back, there's an alley. It's got an alley in this. This is like, think of small town Main Street, right? Is the kind of place this is at. It's 10 minutes from my house, 10 minutes from my business partner's house. And so they come in straight off the alley, right at the ground level of the alley. The alley's up in the air. I know I'm not buying your property. These people
doing it right now.
Come on, cut a guy some slack. And so they're like 1,450 square feet with a little entryway. So we got 2 3-bedroom, 1-bath apartments upstairs.
Oh, wow.
On this side where this window is, there's 3 large rooms, offices. On that side, we're gonna put a wall about here down through the middle. This used to be a fancy restaurant back in the day, and in the back, it's got the remnants across the whole back of a kitchen. We're gonna keep that part for our storage for stuff. It's really huge, tall ceilings. So we want to put some pallets in there. So if we want to buy stuff on the pallet, buy a pallet of flooring or whatever, we can start to do that kind of thing. And then the other side, which will end up to be about 1,000 square feet, in the front in this corner here, I hope to have a coffee shop. We just met a guy there that wants to rent it for a coffee shop. We'll see. I mean, if somebody rents it or not, we don't know. It's small town USA. We'll just kind of see.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to visit this. Like, I'm so excited that you have an office space now. Now, is this your, this is, it will, how many tenants, do you already have buy and holds? I thought you did. Did you already have?
We have some personal stuff. My
Okay.
business partner and I, we haven't done any holds together because it's crazy. I'll tell you a whole nother story about a place we got that we wholesaled this month where we're making a ton of money on the wholesale deal.
Okay. Okay.
But we
Well,
want,
this is so exciting though. So you get, so do you have tenants already in there or are they
yeah.
vacant?
So on the one side, there's a small family, a mom and 2 kids on the one side. The other
Okay.
side was the owner that owned this, and they used this whole first floor for our photo studio was their thing. And he actually sold Dish Network. So he had, there's a pile of, Dish supplies in there. So they're leaving at the end of the month and we're moving in. So we got to rent this apartment, and then we got to build our little wall and we'll use it. And then we got to find a tenant for the other
And then
side.
you got to make this whole backdrop you have right now behind you a reality over here. Just get your thing up on the wall.
Yeah,
and-
we get our logo up, I'll use vinyl.
Yeah.
I used to sell vinyl. So I'll get my logo and stuff behind so I don't have to do virtual meetings. I'll just be in my office.
Wait, so what, is this in St. Paul? Where is this? In your town?
No. We're out in the sticks. This is in a town called Cologne, Minnesota. Like Cologne, Germany. Cologne, yeah, Cologne, Cologne, Minnesota.
All right, because I was going to say, I can't wait till we all travel because I'm definitely coming, especially, I mean, I'm coming for you, but like if you put a coffee shop in, I'm going to be really excited.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, hopefully that'll happen. I don't know if we'll rent it at all. It's a small town.
I love this. Okay, I have a 10:30, but I want to hear about this deal. So tell me about this deal.
So, I got 2 things I got to show other people before we do that. I'll tell you about the deal. The moral of this story is you never know how people are going to contact you. Okay. So just this morning, this was 8. I'm an hour, we're off, right? I'm an hour.
Right.
So this is from my cold caller, because part of the system that I use will drop a voicemail from me saying, hey, we drove past your property and we're just wondering if you want to sell it. Well, this guy looked me up on LinkedIn, sent me a connection notice, and sent me this message here this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
This makes me.
Now, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Can you? No, see, my thing doesn't do it. Hold on. Watch. I'm going to make a different backdrop here. Watch this. I'm going to do like this. Oh, dang. See, it's trying to do it. So this is an envelope I got. It looks like it's from the Unabomber. It's got a photocopy of my address off the postcard. This, you can't probably see it. This is cut out and taped to the envelope. Okay.
Yeah.
And in that envelope was this message. So these people, Prior Lake, this is a nice neighborhood. Prior Lake is a lake. There's a lake in Prior Lake, and it's kind of a ritzy neighborhood. And these people are unhappy that one of their neighbors has a messy yard, doesn't take care of their place. And they're sending me a note suggesting that I contact their neighbor and find them a new place, clean up the house and fix it up and improve their neighborhood.
This is the first for me. I've never seen someone actually go and contact an investor about
rat out their neighbor.
What?
Yeah, is that weird?
Your number, or how do they know? They just know because you guys are everywhere.
No, they got our. I don't know. I don't know how they found us. Quite frankly, I assume this.
Wait, I gotta take a picture of this for Instagram. This is insane.
I'll send it to you. You don't take it. Don't take a picture. I'll send this to you for Pete's sakes.
Wait,
it's already digital.
I am gonna take a picture of talking to you today. Yay.
Okay. That's good. So on this envelope, this is a photocopy of my return address that they blew up and taped to this address. So somehow they got a postcard. I don't know who they are. I just know that this is from the good people of the Sandpoint neighborhood, right?
Oh my God. I think they would sell if you found a suitable townhouse. Like, how do they know this? They just like talk to them and the whole neighborhood's like, hey, we need to get them out.
I have no idea. I have no idea how it works, but whatever. So just some fun stuff. Okay, I'll stop sharing and we can just talk. Okay, so this other deal.
Yeah, tell me
So
about this deal.
we drove by this house, little house, and they called off the postcard. I made an appointment to go see them. Young couple, little baby, about 14-month-old, she's expecting. Their life problem is they wanted to buy another house. They're making offers, but they're having to make contingent offers. And they're getting bounced and bounced and bounced. And they had a very specific thing they were looking for, specific school district and a big property. They wanted a little bit of acreage where they could build a big shed. The guy likes to tinker and stuff, young guy. And so they were willing to sell me their house at a discount so that they could say it's non-contingent. We have a cash offer on our place. And I obviously was going to give them maximum flexibility. They wanted flexibility because he kept saying, we have this other place, we got this little cabin thing, lake place, and it's a mess right now. He said, we could move into it if we had to. And then, move into our ultimate place. But again, I'll sell to you at a discount, right? Because I need flexibility so that I don't have to move twice. Okay. Now, when I pulled up to the house, I look at the house and I know my picture on the postcard. It's like, it's the right house. Looks the same, except it's completely redone now. They had put new siding on it, new soffits, new gutters.
Wow.
Right. It's like, oh. So, and when I talk to them, I'm making the appointment, they're telling me how wonderful the inside of the house is. Now, my business partner is a licensed agent. So every lead we get, we're going to try to maximize. If we can't get an investment deal, we're going to try to get him to list it. So even going to the appointment, I was thinking I would send my business partner, because I think it's just a listing call, because they're telling me how nice the house is, and the stuff they were telling me was real. It's not like it's a junky house that somebody just thought was nice. It was a nice house. But he was on vacation. So I went and we go back and forth and I take pictures, and I take like 80 pictures of the house all around, upstairs, downstairs, basement, nice little, very nice little house. How much do you want for it? They tell me. It's like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can make that work. Let me go back and think about it. Call them back. And so this is kind of the reverse wholesaling method. I call a guy in town that's much bigger than us, does a lot of deals in our town. And I say, I got this place. What do you think? He said, I love that. Oh, well, that's my favorite neighborhood. He looks at it. He says, we'll buy it. I say, for how much? I'm going to leave the numbers out, but just for sake of argument, he says X. Okay, X. That's a good number. The problem was that number that he gave me was the exact number that the people said they needed. Exact number. So I call the seller back and I say, and I ask him, I said, and are you in? Like, you've seen all the pictures, got 80 pictures. I take a ton of pictures, by the way. Right. So when somebody sees my stuff and I take video and pictures, so they know the house without having to be at it. There's not going to be any surprises when they come.
Yeah.
And when they ultimately come inspect it, and he knows that about me. So I call the seller and I say, I don't know, if I can get quite there. And he says, well, there's what we want and what we need. And we've talked about it, and we'll take X minus 10,000. I said, oh, okay, well, if I could get there, will you sign? And he says, yes. And so we signed him and we made $10,000 on that deal. Now you're saying, oh my gosh, we make, I don't know why, I can only chalk it up to my God. We're blessed and highly favored. We make more than your average bearer on our wholesale fees. I haven't done one. My splits, when I've joint ventured with people, we get $6,000-7,000.
Wow.
So, okay, so that's good. So now they find their place the next week, and we're waiting because I'm always talking to them, because now we're trying to say, well, when are we going to actually close? Because we give them maximum flexibility. So I've wholesaled the deal. And my ultimate assignee is asking, when are we going to get, right? Okay, it's good. So they find a place, they make an offer, they get accepted. Woohoo! They got their new place. We're going to close on April 27th. Can we close on April 26th on this one? Of course we can. The assignees are really excited because that's, close, instead of, who knows, how long that stuff's going to take. Great. The next week he calls me and says, hey, do you want to buy our lake place? And I say, well, let me think about that for a second. Yes.
Think about it.
Right. Went and saw that place, got that place under contract. We wholesaled it. I can't even tell you how much it is, because I can't even tell you. It's a lot.
You have me like on the edge of my seat right now.
All right, I'm just going to tell you. I'll tell you. I don't know. I feel like I'm betraying somebody. It's $70,000
wholesale. Nick, that makes me so happy for you.
Yep. We already closed on one wholesale one this month. We got 27,000 on that one. So that's how you get to a whole bunch of money on just 6 deals.
Oh my God. Congratulations, friend. It is so well deserved for you. You have such a good heart and
thanks.
Such a servant's heart. And like, that's what's amazing. Oh my gosh, 17K. Where is it by you guys? Where at the lake? Oh, okay.
I wanted to live there.
I was going to say a lake.
I want a lake home. It's my ultimate dream right now. So for me, a lake home just means a house by a lake. I don't want these I don't want a man. I would love a mansion. I don't want that. I mean, there's just my wife and I. What are we going to do? We have grandkids, and so I want to play. So this was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,400 square foot, 2-story home, no basement, just on a crawl space. Beautiful half-acre lot, flat, right out to this nice little lake. Little lake, 1,500 acre lake. It's a decent sized lake here in Minnesota. It's a half hour north of both downtowns. Make a perfect vacation rental place. My business partner and I got right up to the edge and said we should keep this and do a VRBO, but we've never done it. And my partner just said to me, until we do it, we're never going to have done it. So eventually we're going to have to do it. So, but we put it out on the market for a number we thought was crazy. And a guy called and said, again, video, all that stuff. He called and said, I'll take it.
Oh my gosh.
What? You'll take it? Yeah, I'll take it. So, okay. So we are always one in the hand is worth way more than 2 in the bush.
Oh my gosh. What are you averaging then monthly? I know you have this is a huge month for you, but what are you averaging deal wise monthly now?
It's slow, right? So because we didn't do any closings in January, February, or March.
Okay. We're starting it up again.
We had bought all that. Well, we had bought all that stuff, and so we're flipping stuff. So we had one fix and flip in the works, and we bought 3 more in December. So most of those are gone. So we've got our 6 sales in April. We're putting the one we bought on January 31st is going on the market this Friday. And that one it's a tiny little 650 square foot, 1-bedroom house.
6 square foot. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's small. But we'll make decent money on it. It'll be fine. Right. That was the guy that moved out of the country. We actually, just for fun, little side note, we signed that one remotely. The guy signed from Belgium. He was already gone in Belgium when we closed.
Oh my gosh.
So my title company had to figure that out. So make sure you have a title company that knows how to work with investors. That's the moral of that story.
Definitely.
So we've got that one, and then we've got one under contract that we're going to close in May already. And that one we're going to try our first ever true wholesale. We're going to buy it, we're going to clean it out, and we're going to put it on the market.
Love.
And it's going to be a crazy payday. It might be 6 figures.
Okay, so we're going to talk again very much soon. But would you ever be open to doing another webinar?
Sure.
Okay, I'll send you a link to it now. We're
You
kind
see
of,
how uncomfortable I am on the camera.
oh yeah, yeah. You just, wow, clam up.
Yeah.
No, I'll send you the link because I'd love to have you. We really appreciated you being on last time. And this now you're also doing like your wholesale deal. Like I know people would love to hear that. So, but
We kind of did one. The second house we bought from those people, we bought 2 houses from the one that had a renter in it. That one was tough to do because with the renter and COVID, we can't bounce them out of there. And they were paying rent. They've always paid rent. And so, a lot of fix and flippers, as we put it out to try to wholesale it, we're like, I'm not buying it with a renter in there because they might never leave.
right.
And we don't know in our crazy state how long we're going to have this militant, you can't evict people thing going on. We don't know. On that deal, oh, by the way, just as a very quick side. So, and my business partner also for that seller found them their house,
Oh, so that's
their new place.
the one,
So
'cause they were looking for or wait, this was the one before.
this was the one from the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. So he actually helped our seller then find their new home. So we made a commission on that one. And we came this close. I was so close to a grand slam, would have been eating 4 times off the deal. The tenant is looking for a house. My business partner worked with them, found them a house. They made an offer. It was accepted. The inspection came back and it spooked them off, this young couple, which was fine. But in that process, they're just not real responsive people. And so he was bugging him, look, we're at the deadline. You have got to tell me whether you're going to do this place or not. Because if I don't tell them no today, right, you're going to have to buy that house. And it sounded like you don't want the house. He's pushing him. And so they ended up, then after that, they found a family friend that was a realtor, and they worked with him, and they've got their place. They're moving out, and we've wholesaled that one. That's one of our closings this month too. We almost got 4 off of that one. We got 3.
Holy crap.
We bought them both, physically bought them, didn't wholesale them. Bought them, we fixed and flipped one. The other one is kind of a wholesale deal because we didn't do anything to it. We didn't really wholesale because we bought it. So it's kind of in between, kind of a tweener. And then he made a commission on helping them find a house, which is actually part now of my pitch to people as I'm talking to folks. What is next for you? And if we can help you, it works great, because if my business partner, Jason is his name, if Jason is helping you, then everything can be coordinated. We don't have another third party in to try to have to track down. Just, it works great if you're open to that.
Right. That's awesome. I love it, Nick. I hate to run, but please keep in contact and everything.
Why, you're such a millennial.
I'm such a millennial. All right. Have a good one, Nick.
All right. Talk to you soon.